Ladies and gentlemen, this is Charles, and we are live right now for Cruise Mojo on the Cruise Mojo page and the Norwegian Cruise Line Latitudes members page, as well as YouTube. And we are broadcasting. It is Sunday, August 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we are just hanging out here, and we have all our regulars. We took a couple of days off, folks, a couple of weeks off. And Dirk's not here today, ladies and gentlemen. So I see some people saying hello to Dirk. What's up, Tom? Hey, Kathy, Karen, Andrew. How's it going? Dirk had to take a day off today. He'll be back, but he just wasn't feeling it tonight. So we hadn't broadcast in a couple of weeks. So I wanted to make sure that we connected with everybody, said hello, and caught everybody up on some cruise news and information. Even though there's not much going on. There's really nothing going on in terms of sailing. There's been a lot of business going on in the back end behind there and the different cruise lines making deals, and I have some of that information. And again, I have to shout out Andrew for always hooking me up with some cruise news. Hope you're doing well, guys. And with me is my good friend Dan. What's up, Dan?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, we can tell you were gone for a couple of weeks. We missed you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I took a
I
couple
had
of
a,
weeks off. We're just taking it easy. We noticed that because there's no travel, there's really just a little bit of a redundancy in the conversation. So we wanted to kind of break it up a little bit, get everybody a break, and maybe just come back and reconnect and say hello to
yeah, but
everybody.
it's a comfort to hear your voice and to hear you talking about cruising and the hope that it brings, and hopefully we get back to normal.
I
Not a
hope
new
so.
normal, but just normal.
I hope so. This is like, in many ways, this is like torture. Dan, I'm just checking the streams. I want to make sure we're broadcasting everywhere we're
Mm.
supposed to be broadcasting. Am I? Yes. Okay, good. Yeah.
All
Here
right,
we
for
go.
the audience though, the last 2 weeks, I have a little backstage pass with Chuck, and I went to the site both times to listen because I like to listen, at least to give him some feedback. And both times, he texted me after I said, "Hey, you didn't go on tonight," and he just, for whatever reason, didn't go on. So yeah, it's something to look forward to. People, kind of, I wouldn't say they plan their week around it, but I think they wind their week up with
Oh,
it.
I appreciate it. That's nice. Yeah, well, regulars here. What's up, Ron? Lots of good people here. I did miss everybody. It's when we don't broadcast, there's always a lot of oh, should I have done it? Should I have broadcast? What's going on? Oh, Mark was supposed to leave out of New Jersey yesterday. Sorry, Mark. Soon, man. Soon.
Mark, I told you to get your money back.
Mark
I
Senior.
told you
Mark
guys.
Senior. Oh, speaking of that, there's a lot of news. That's what's going on. That's really the conversation
Okay.
in the Norwegian Cruise Line Latitudes group. Is everybody just talking about their refunds? Did they get their refunds? When are they going to get their refunds? Um, and that's what's going on. And there was a big article. There was an article in Cruise Critic this week. I'll put it on the screen. And basically, it says they got so many complaints about the refund policies and the pending refunds. The cruise lines, the Federal Maritime Commission. So they're gonna weigh in. They're gonna look at all the cruise line refunds policy and see what's going on, what the delays are. Obviously, I think all these cruise lines just don't want to get rid of all the cash they have. Right?
Of
That's a
course.
big deal. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
a cruise line, you have like 10 ships, let's say, and you usually fill those ships with sailing over the course of let's say 18 months. Right? That's reasonable. You got a lot of cash on hand.
Well, on the
Correct?
other hand, too, yeah, of course. And on the other hand, another good point to make is that it's a publicly traded company, and you got stockholders. And if you drop your reserves, the price is going to dip even more than it has been. And
Yeah,
there's a
especially
lot
if
of
it's
reasons
around like
why,
the
but I don't
reporting
think it's
period,
right
right?
though.
Especially around the reporting when they got to report,
Right.
right? Yeah, so who knows? I don't think it's right either, but they're holding on to some people's cash for months and months. A lot of people still didn't get refunded yet. Now they just postponed sailing through October. I'm talking about Norwegian Cruise Line and most other major cruise lines. And those people, if they deposited, have a chance whether or not they're going to get refunded or if they are going to take the cash. I'm sorry, a future cruise credit. So they're going to weigh in. But listen to this. This article actually says, despite all the complaining going on in the group, this article says that our analysis revealed, and I'm quoting from this paragraph, ladies and gentlemen, our analysis revealed that for the most part, consumers are satisfied with the responses they have received from their passenger vessel operators, aka cruise lines, concerning the cruises canceled due to CDC no-sail order, said Commissioner Sola. That said, we discovered some places where we, as a regulator, could improve our ability to protect the consumer, and that is why I propose amending the Commission's rules related to non-performance and refunds. So it looks like they're looking closely at this, Dan. And
they're getting a lot of heat. I mean,
the
just,
cruise lines,
like
yeah. Yeah, they're getting a lot of heat. Full refunds must be paid. Here's some of the measures that they're taking, that they're recommending the cruise lines take. Full refunds must be paid within 60 days following a passenger refund request for voyages that are canceled or delayed more than 24 hours for any reason other than governmental order or regulation. Sailings canceled due to government order regulation must be refunded within 180 days following a passenger request. That's a long time to wait for some money.
Yeah, and the cruise industry is not the only industry, obviously, that had to issue refunds. I know that one of the big ticket retailers for entertainment, they started to give cash refunds, and then after a while they switched it to giving them credit with the company, which I don't think is even constitutional to do that. So, yeah, I mean, they're switching gears because there was just too much cash going out.
Yeah, I'm also very distracted by this hat on my screen. Do you see this guy's hat? I'm trying to read this article, folks. I'm trying to read this article to you, and if you could see my mouse, there's a guy with this giant black hat on. It's probably the most ridiculous hat I've ever seen in my life. It's called the wide brim sun hat, and they have this kind of guy with a chiseled face and sunglasses wearing this ridiculous looking hat that I don't think he would ever wear in real life. But I'm so distracted because I'm trying to read these things and I see this guy with this crazy hat staring at me. Does anybody else see this?
Yeah, I see it. You know what that's like? That's like at a basketball game when somebody goes to the when the opposing team goes to the free throw line. The people behind the basket are all waving, "Hey, oh, hey!" You can't
trying to break the concentration, right?
You can't help but get distracted.
I'm like, this is the most ridiculous hat. Like, I'm reading these things and I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, what is this guy wearing on his head?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's outrageous.
It's you know what? It's probably clickbait. I have to click on it to see how much this hat is. 50% off wide brim. Look at this on the website too. They have this guy wearing the different hats. All these giant, and there's one with a big face covering.
It's clickbait. Talk about clickbait, and I'm sure a lot of our audience can give us suggestions or examples of when they had clicked on some clickbait. But I did. It was a picture of a guy with two thumbs, and it looked really good. And it was just, it was outrageous, and it was probably Photoshop, but it looked that good. And I went to the thing, and it's, you got to go through 30 different pages to get to the guy with the two thumbs.
I've seen that. Yeah, I hate that stuff. Not bad. Not a bad price for this giant black hat, folks, if you're interested. $19.99. Men's bucket hat, waterproof mesh, breathable.
Bucket.
Listen to the title of this hat. Men's bucket hat, waterproof mesh, breathable, sunshade cap, oversized brim with string for outdoor fishing, hat climbing. That's what it says. Fishing hat climbing.
Oversized brim? Who do they think they're kidding? Who do they think they're kidding? Outrageously
oh my
jumbo,
God, it's so distracting.
Extraordinary.
This is ridiculous. I had to click on it. I'm sorry, folks, if we're off the cruise topic, but this is like crazy. Men's bucket hat, waterproof mesh, breathable, sunshade cap, oversized brim with string for outdoor fishing, hat climbing. That's what it's called.
Now he has to just jump in a bulldozer and drive down the freeway.
No, they'll add that to the description. Bulldozer. Bulldoze driving climbing hat. Anyway, that was crazy. Crazy hat. And refund policy. The government is weighing in on the refund policy, folks. So there you go. There you go. Maybe if you wear that hat, it'll accelerate your
What
refund.
government? What government is
The whatever it was,
refunds?
that commission that I just I
Oh,
forget.
okay.
I'm sorry. I closed that. I got so distracted by the hat that I wound up closing that tab, so it's gone forever now. It's gonna take a few minutes to get back.
Oh, we'll wait. The big brim. What did they call? They didn't call it jumbo. I did.
Oh my
They
God,
called
that
it
was like
extra large.
crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy hat.
That's not extra large. That's like doesn't fit, jumbo, blimp, gigantic hat. Totally distorted.
Somebody, Andrew just said, in the event of water landing, your hat becomes a flotation device.
That was awesome, Andrew.
That was a good
That
one,
was
Andrew.
awesome.
Anyway, I'm totally off topic here, man.
you turn it upside down. We'll put some
That
salsa,
guy
some
with that
chips
hat,
in
I
there.
I couldn't not comment on it. I was like, what is this guy wearing on his head? And I'm trying to read the things.
No, I know what it was. I really know what it was. I know you were thinking to yourself, is this real? I have to talk about it because I don't know if I'm seeing these things straight.
So a cruise line went back. The first cruise ship went back. The Explorer Dream sailed from Taiwan in the recent past. We've been gone for a couple of weeks, folks. I know this news isn't exactly new, but it's we didn't cover it since we've been gone for a couple of weeks.
But if you haven't heard about it, it's new to you.
It's new to me. I knew about it, and they have all these bloggers, so it's funny because so they they had to modify the way you sail, obviously, and this is the Dream cruise line with the Explorer Dream. They sailed out of Taiwan, and what all these cruise lines do, they hire they call them, and I hate this term, but they call them influencers, like social media influencers. You know what I mean? And in quotes, I'm holding up my hands, and I'm in air quotes here. So they hire these people to go out, and they take a bunch of pictures, and they post it on their Instagram or whatever. But they made some modifications, Dan. There's no casino on the ship; it's empty. No spa, which is a big deal in China. It's a big deal from Taiwan.
Oh, gambling
yeah,
is
gambling's
part of
a
their
big
culture.
Yeah, in the Asian community, it's huge. So no casino, no spa. So no massages or anything like that. They also have little
Let me guess what's
pools
next.
and
Let me guess.
sauna.
Let me guess what's next.
Go ahead.
No food.
Close. Close. Yeah, you got to go on and starve. They shoot you with a water cannon. There's some marketing genius out there who could probably sell that to people.
No food. Well, no food. Not everybody eats, but that ain't us.
It'll be a Weight Watchers
no
cruise.
food.
They'll hand out
No
some
Weight-
Weight Watchers ice. Those.
Skinny cow.
Skinny cow. They're delicious, by the way. I know. I know firsthand about those skinny cows. So no casino, no spa, no buffet, but cruises resume in Taiwan with social distancing and COVID-19 isolation wards at the ready. So they even have spaces on the ship to put people in if they get or show symptoms of COVID-19.
The cruise industry look like complete fools for sending out cruise ships like this.
I think there's an outbreak. I just saw an article a couple days ago. I think there's an outbreak on one of these things.
Shit.
I think there's I think it's this ship actually. I haven't really looked into it, but I think it's one of these. I think it's this ship. I don't worry about the epidemic too much because I think it is pretty safe in Taiwan, says Voyager on first island hopping cruise from the port of Keelung. Then they have these influencers here.
What did they quote somebody who was at the bus stop? I mean, they made him sound like he was some kind of.
He's a Voyager. He's on the ship.
Well, okay.
And this is a Reuters article. So Reuters is neutral, I guess, for the most part. An internet show host poses in the swimming pool on the Explorer Dream cruise ship in Keelung, Taiwan. Cruise sailings have resumed, but with capacity reduced to 2/3, which is still a lot of people. You got a 3,000, make it easy, next round number, 3,000 passenger ship now has 2,000. That's a lot of people, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of people, but when you take away, some of the most essential things that a cruise offers, I mean...
Yeah, they got the water slides going. They got the pool. She's the only one in the pool, obviously, taking a picture for her Instagram show, and she's, like, making, like, making like she's hugging the ship to make it look like she's in love with the ship. Andrew corrected me. Outbreak is on the ship from Norway. Sorry, Andrew. Sorry, everybody. So it's not the ship that had the outbreak on. So Norwegian ship.
The potential is the probability goes up way high when you put yourself in a situation like this.
Absolutely. So they resume these ships with the social influencers on board, and everybody's all happy so far. Please leave this chair empty. They have like these little things on the back of the chair saying you can't sit in these chairs, I guess, to allow for social distancing. That's pretty good.
Right. Yeah, but, you got to remember, too, the ship is probably all giveaways to get people to at least
could be.
Come on the ship. I mean, I'm sure that there's not that many people that pay for tickets. It's just about the marketing and showing that, we are coming back, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
you're probably right.
At what cost? What did you say was banned? Buffets?
Spa, and casino.
I mean, that's like that's the three most major things.
Yeah.
Who doesn't go on a cruise and get a spa, treatment and go get a massage or whatever?
No, it's true. I got one on that. They're expensive, but
I know,
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Me.
I thought it was great. Yeah. I'd do it again. I'd do a massage again. They have other stuff too in those spas. They have like whirlpools, and they have salt. Sometimes they have the salt room and the sauna and steam room, and so
yeah. I went to an excellent spa treatment massage in Walt Disney World a couple of years ago when I threw my back out. We were staying at this hotel that was known for their, masseuse and the spa. And it was fantastic. It was about $200. But
how long did it last? An hour?
About an hour. I'd say about
That's
an
not
hour.
bad.
And everything was top notch in there. Everything was first class.
That's good. Yeah. They do a good job in those hotels with that stuff.
You talk about, that's another industry though that is taking a hit. I mean,
oh yeah.
Who's gonna?
Oh my God!
Who's gonna
massage
destroyed. Anybody? I don't even think that
it's being destroyed. Yeah. No, they closed.
State agencies are allowing.
No. Even the hotel. I'm not sure what even the hotel capacities what they're allowed to do. But there's no traveling, so it's minimal traveling. So there's not a lot of things going on. So they got 2/3 of the ship full. They got all the crew wearing masks as they check in the folks at the terminal. And gloves. They have these vinyl gloves, which are good if you change them. They got these things that go over the chairs so to allow for social distancing in the dining room. And then there's a little waiter in the background wearing a mask, which is always good. Passengers must keep social distance and have their temperatures checked before coming on board. I wonder if they do it during the week, too. The crew went at 21... The crew on the ship, 21 days before coming on board.
Oh, quarantined?
I don't know. They don't say that. They call it underwent a 21-day health screening. So that must mean quarantine.
Yeah, that's a fancy word for quarantine.
Yeah. They just don't want to use quarantine.
Right. I mean, they lost half their customers when they shut down the casino because I'm sure many, if not
it's a huge,
more than at least
huge,
half.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's a huge part of your customer base, and they want to go on a cruise maybe and lay outside in the sun, take a dip, and then they go right into the casino. They have the best of all worlds there.
Yeah. Due to the coronavirus, we can't go abroad, excuse me. But I still feel like traveling, so I signed up for the island hopping trip, said passenger Kai Giroux, 22. I don't worry about the epidemic too much because I think it is pretty safe in Taiwan right now, and he is more of that blogger, influencer that I mentioned. So that's pretty cool. Got one or two cruise ships back out there.
How old is that article?
I think it was July 27th. I just closed it.
That's not that long ago. I mean, it's
no.
To be that optimistic and to be, saying, we're not really worried about it. You're telling me that's an authentic, customer reaction. That's ridiculous.
I know.
That is ridiculous.
I saw that too. I was thinking that too. I was like, come on, really? Really? You're not worried about it?
I give it my
First
100% guarantee.
pandemic in 100 years. I'm not worried about it.
Ah,
That's a
it's
great place to
yeah.
be.
Nah, there's no way. It's oh man, it's really horrible the lengths they have to go to though. They're
Oh,
that desperate.
oh, the Ron is saying that's the reason for the hat, that giant rimmed hat. It has 6 feet. The social distancing hat. That's it. You know what, Ron? You say that. I bet you tomorrow that's going to be on the description of that hat because that description included everything.
Ron almost beat out who gave us the other comment? That was
Andrew.
he almost beat Andrew out. That was
Yeah, that was a
awesome.
good one.
That was really good. That was
Social
to adhere
distancing
to
hat.
the social distancing. That's great.
Some other people are weighing in about some other ships. So their other ship was a Baltic cruise where there's a coronavirus outbreak, and Tom, who loves the cruise industry and is an avid cruiser and also a very knowledgeable guy about the cruise industry, saying there might be some cases on a Costa ship also. Oh my God!
Okay, let's put out a poll question that the our audience can answer in the comments. When do you realistically feel the cruise industry will be back?
Oh, we
Is it
did
6
this.
months?
We did this a couple of shows ago.
Oh, well, let's do it again because
Uh,
I wasn't there for that. But I mean, I don't know what the answers were then, but it's either 6 months, a year, and never.
oh, I don't know about never.
I think that's
Now I
a
got to
distinct
figure out.
possibility.
You know what? Here it is. I think I can put it out there. So when do you think cruising will return?
Right. Realistically, not hopefully, but realistically, when do you feel that it's going to return? I'm
Cruising
saying
will return.
next summer.
All right. What are
I'm
you saying?
either
What are your options? 6 months? 2 months? 3 months?
No, 6 months.
Within 6 months?
Yeah, 6 months or less.
Okay, 6
A
months
year.
or less. 1 year or less, we'll say. 6 months to a year, we'll put. Okay, what else?
And never.
You think? I hope not.
You know, I mean, it's a possibility. How likely it is, I don't know, but it's
Oh,
definitely a possibility.
I'm not sure. Never. I was trying to do exclamation point. I hit the wrong button. All right. Let's see if I can get this to work. I just put it out there. I'm not sure if it's going to pop up. Every time we've done this, oh, it's not published yet. Okay. I'm publishing it right now. Okay, now I think I figured it out. All right.
Okay.
It's going. It's going right now. It's live right now.
So
Choose an
talk to me
option.
about, yeah, tell me about, a couple weeks ago when I guess yourself and Dirk conducted this survey.
Oh, everybody was saying 2021.
Yeah, was that
Summer of 2021. That's what the most of people said.
for 2021? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I just said. I
I
said
think,
next summer.
I think it's. Oh, I can't vote on it. All right, I put it out there. Should be on your screen, folks. Take a shot. Choose one of them. So Dan, you know what I noticed too? That a lot of the ships, a lot of the Norwegian vessels, the Norwegian branded vessels, all the vessels under the Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings name, and that's the 3 cruise lines. There's so many ships going to Gibraltar right now. Like they're heading out to sea. There was a couple of people, a couple of ships off the coast of Bermuda, the Epic and the Seven Seas Explorer, both of which, one is going to, Gibraltar and Gibraltar. That's 2 ships. Norwegian Spirit's going to Gibraltar. That's 3 ships. We got the Encore going to Sweden. We got the Bliss going to Malmo. I don't know what that is. We got the Riviera going to Gibraltar. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 ships so far. And we got the Dawn going to Gibraltar. 5 ships. The Serena going to Gibraltar. 7 ships. What else? Let me see if there's anybody else. Curacao. 7 ships heading to Gibraltar right now. Across the Atlantic. From the east coast of the United States. So I thought that was so strange. There's no ships right now in Gibraltar. There's, no Norwegian branded ships in Gibraltar. There's a couple in the Mediterranean. But no Norwegian ships in Gibraltar. So I saw them all heading out east, and I thought maybe it was the tropical storm. Maybe they were moving out because of the tropical storm. And I looked at the weather pattern for that tropical storm, and off the coast of Florida. And I don't think that's really the big problem. I don't think that's it. It's very curious to me why they're all heading out. I did have a weather map pulled up. I think I closed it. But I just thought that was very unique that all these ships are heading to Gibraltar. I never saw anything like that before. So that's going on right now, folks. Lots of Norwegian ships heading to Gibraltar. The weather pattern for the tropical storm, I mean, there's a lot of tropical storms here off the west coast of Africa, and they're moving west towards the east coast of the United States, and they usually sweep up the coast. Maybe that's why they're all heading out across the Atlantic to avoid the hurricane season. Maybe they're all prepping for the hurricane season. I am not sure. But I thought that was a pretty unique pattern of all these 7 ships heading to Gibraltar. Dan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm just amazed. I'm trying to keep count of how many times you said
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
Very funny. Thanks, man.
I lost count. I was mesmerized.
Gibraltar, Gibraltar. Say Gibraltar 7 times fast.
You sounded like,
all right.
You sounded like you were talking about a law firm.
Like a commercial. Like they say, those commercials, you got to repeat it like
Gibraltar.
7 times. So, I don't know. There's a party in Gibraltar, folks. I'll say it one more time. And we weren't invited. They're all heading out there. So, I'll be curious to see where they dock.
Corona Island, God forbid.
I'm surprised 7 ships. I don't know where they're going to put them all. Oh, here's a. There's a lot of big docks off the coast here. I won't say Gibraltar again. Where is this? Yeah, there's a Rock of Gibraltar. Wow. I'm really going for it here. So anyway.
Didn't you say at the start of the show that Dirk's in Gibraltar?
Dirk might be in Gibraltar. That's why he couldn't make it. And he
he's
lied
in parts
to me.
unknown right now?
All right, so we got the results of the poll, Dan. We got. I'm gonna publish it right now. There wasn't that many votes, but so we got 67% say 6 months to a year. 0 said never, and 33% 6 months or less. Not a lot of votes, but that's the collective conscious voting on that right now.
But I think everybody on this, podcast and your subscribers, obviously, they're all, cruise enthusiasts, and they don't want to believe that there's a possibility that, I mean, who's going to go? Would you go on a cruise, Chuck, without any buffets, spas, or gambling, casinos? Without
I would
at least. Well, let me just finish with this thought. Without at least the ticket being reduced.
That's a good question.
That's a huge part of your.
I happen to love the
experience.
Buffet. I love the buffet. What a shame that this is like. I happen to love, especially for breakfast. I love going to the buffet and getting all of the above. French toast, waffles, omelets, whatever you want.
Are you a breakfast guy, or is it?
Oh, on the ship I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I love going. I love going to breakfast too. You know that. We're good friends. I love getting up early.
We like all meals.
And
times of the day. But I'm just saying, do you prefer? Like my dad, I've told you before, he's a huge breakfast guy. He loves breakfast.
I happen to love breakfast.
Meal.
I love I love on vacation, especially, or even on the weekends. I don't like making a big breakfast in the house, but I love going to eat out to eat for breakfast. And when you're on a cruise, I get up early regardless if I'm working or not. I get up like automatically, like at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Boom, I'm up. I can't go back to sleep. And the first thing that pops in my head is coffee. I want to have coffee. I want to eat something. So I love getting up early. I go to I go get my coffee if I'm on a cruise. I sit outside. I watch the sunrise if it's not too late. There's not much happening in the cafeteria. I don't think at the buffet that early. You might be able to get some continental stuff like croissants and that stuff. Yeah, little muffins and stuff. That's what I usually get.
Yeah, that's shitty though. I mean, you want the eggs, you want an omelet, you want the French toast.
Yeah, that comes. That's later though. That's later on. So I'll get that stuff. I'll have my coffee. I'll have that stuff. And if the kids are with me, then we'll all go back.
Kind of like
to
an
the
appetizer,
after.
I guess. Breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the dining rooms open real early on the cruise ships.
You know what? There's a lot
and they
to be
close
said.
early. They close early. I think they close like at 10 o'clock.
The restaurants?
For breakfast.
Oh,
there's like a very unusual, very early cutoff time.
Yeah, that's strange. That's strange. I'm sure there's places though on the ship where you can get any type of food you want. You just have to order. It just happens to not be a buffet, right?
That's Dirk. Dirk is like Dirk got the hookup with all the chefs because he's a chef,
Right.
and he's a Norwegian loyalist, so he knows a lot of the guys on there, and they always hook him up with stuff, with special foods and stuff that he would appreciate. But no,
No,
generally they accommodate. They'll accommodate you. They're great. Cruising is such a great way to travel. It's such a shame that this is happening to the industry right now. It's a shame that it's happened to the world right now. It's a horrible situation, but it's such a great way to travel. I really enjoy it.
I want to point out though, going back, you said that every day basically you get up early, but there's a lot to be said for that, especially when you're on vacation. You don't know how long a day is until you get up early.
Yeah.
You can get so much stuff done, but you can get so much relaxing done too. So you must be, do you get tired early when you're on the cruise, or?
Yeah, I'm usually in bed. I'm in bed by 11 or 12 o'clock. I'm not a big late night guy. Never was, really. Maybe in my adolescence, but never really a guy. I mean, I go to the early show. I go to the early dinner, look around a little bit. I don't maybe go to the cigar room, smoke a cigar. Not that I'm a big cigar aficionado, but that's one thing I like to do. Have a couple of drinks, and then that's it. I'm ready for bed.
I never got it. Why people like cigars. And a lot of my friends do. Obviously, you just said that you do. What is the appeal of
I just like,
a
I don't
cigar?
like the cigar. In fact, the cigar is the worst part of the experience. You're just going in and talking with people and, sharing stories. They have a cigar room. It's a bunch of guys.
Oh,
You
I
get a
see.
drink, you get a
Okay.
cigar,
See,
you talk, you
you
smoke
don't
a little bit.
necessarily really, you don't really enjoy the cigar so much as the
I no,
environment.
I'm not like
Yeah.
not that I don't really enjoy it. But it's nice to go in there for the camaraderie, smoke a lot. I buy a smaller, shorter cigar, so burns out quick. I usually wind up throwing half of it away.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
the experience,
it never
vacation
appealed to me.
experience.
I never enjoyed it. But cigarettes, obviously, I was a big cigarette smoker. I think I just passed my 11th anniversary of quitting.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's
But I gotta
another
tell you, huh?
that's another topic of controversy in the group: the cigarette smoking on
Well, the
cruises.
thing is, with me, and I'll be honest, I have quit. I promised my son that I'd quit, and I did, and I don't intend to ever go back. But what I can say, if it was healthy, I mean, I loved it. I loved to smoke with a cigarette, with coffee, after a meal, getting in the car. It was like part of my my life. But obviously, it's so unhealthy. Is um, heart disease and all that kind of stuff that run in my family. So yeah, I quit. But
Yeah, good for you. That's good. My mother is 76, and she quit a couple times. She still smokes.
oh,
She still
really?
yeah, it's over for her. She can't stop. My grandfather was the same way. Her father, he lived to be 97. He smoked. He used to roll his own. He was an old timer, man. He was born 1897, and he used to roll his own.
Hey,
He used to roll his own cigarettes. He used to buy the tobacco in the can, the Prince Albert. You ever see that tobacco? I don't even know where you can find it anymore.
Yeah, but he was a Navy man, wasn't he, or
He
a
worked on the
a boat, a
ships.
boat guy?
Yeah. He worked on
Okay.
ships for Mobil Oil. He used to roll his own cigarettes. He had a metal cigarette carrying case that he had with him, and he would sit there during the day, roll cigarettes, and he smoked them unfiltered, and he lived to be 97.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
guess
I've
it's
met
like
people
if you're
who
prone to it or not.
I've met people who pack their own cigarettes. Actually, one of my former in-laws, actually, he was a really nice guy, and he brought me into his house and he showed me his press, the cigarette press, and he buys the filters, he buys bags and bags of tobacco. I mean, we're talking, this guy was probably a 3 or 4 pack smoker a day, just as chain smoker.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah, and he did pass away young, or youngish, I should say.
Yeah, most people
But
do.
that didn't help.
I saw a couple of people posted they never got the poll. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just reopened it. I don't know if you could see it on your screen now. I don't know if you could see. So I just reposted the poll. See if you could see it. Cast your vote. Oh, they got one more person I think voted now. So let me know if you could see that.
Did you get my text today about Walter? What's
Koenig.
his last name? Yeah, Koenig.
Yeah, yeah, I did see that.
Did you see? Have you seen a picture of him lately?
No.
He has. He looks like he hasn't had a hair on his head since he's 18 years old.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But that toupee he used to wear was so bad. I mean, even going back to the original series, it was like a comb over he would have because he was already probably losing his hair. But later on in the movies, he would wear these wigs. It looked bad. But now, seeing him without the wig, it's very
Oh,
bizarre.
I gotta look. You know, he had a not to turn this conversation to a bad, down a bad road, but he had a young son that died.
Yeah, yeah, and
Who committed
he was an
suicide.
actor as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
son was on that show. Kirk Cam, Growing Pains.
Yeah, yeah. He
He
played like
played
Boner. The guy's name is
Oh, that's
his character was
exactly who he
Boner.
played. He was like a stoner, kind of a surfer
Yeah.
dude, and he was great in the role actually. But later on, yeah, they found him.
I
In
still
a
think
lake.
kids that do that stuff, and I know we're getting a little sidetracked, but kids that are reach their peak, I guess you could say, or have that level of success very young, where they're on they're nationally, they're recognized everywhere they go, and they're held in high regard by adults. It never ends really well. I mean, there has to be some really strong parental guidance or professional, intervention. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whenever you reach a peak, where are you gonna go in your life after that? After you reach that level of success, you got to really have a strong-minded young person to get through that stuff, and and I guess he didn't have it. I guess he didn't have
Yeah.
that. Because
But
they're
his
always
dad,
reaching to get back to that level of success again.
yeah, but his dad though, I'm telling you, look at him. He doesn't even look like he has to shave his head. It's like perfectly
I'm gonna look at it.
round.
I'm gonna look that up. A lot of people agreeing with me, Dan, that the buffet's the way to go in the morning.
Oh, you're not going to get
Buffet.
an argument with me. I didn't argue that point. I was just elaborating and having Chuck amplify his answer because I
I'm looking
enjoyed it
on
so
there.
much.
Me and Ron will be at the buffet. I see your comment, Ron. Buffet's great for the morning. You can go to the dining room, but you're not gonna get
You know,
for
why don't they
breakfast. I
just
like I like
install?
quantity over quality, so I go for all
Yeah,
the buffet there.
yeah. Um,
Oh,
why don't they
Nancy
just
Nancy
install?
gets room service first, and then she goes to breakfast. That's a good move, Nancy.
She's fancy, fancy Nancy.
That's it. Moderno, that's the best place. That's right. You need a suite, Tom, to get in there. Moderno is one of those churrascarias, Dan.
I don't know what that is.
That's the Rodizio,
Oh,
where they bring the
Rodizio.
meats
Okay.
out for you. They have, on many of the Norwegian ships, they have one of those Brazilian restaurants. You can go in there. But if you have a suite, or if you have a suite or higher in the Dawn or Jewel class ships, they have upscale breakfast in that restaurant. But you have to have that. You have to have the permission to be there.
Pretty unique to have a Portuguese
Oh man, it's great.
restaurant,
Oh yeah, it's great
Rodizio,
too.
on a
It's
ship.
great too. When this is over, we gotta go. We're gonna go on one.
Uh,
When this whole
I gotta
shit is
tell you,
over,
I'm gonna have to
we
get a
gotta
lot
go.
of motivation from your,
I'll hook you up.
loyal
Don't worry. We'll
listeners.
live stream. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be good. It'll be good.
I don't know, people. I don't know. You know,
You got to get
it's
over. We're going on a
kind of,
short cruise. We'll go from Miami. We're going like a 4-dayer in case if you're
yeah,
really
no,
worried, just
I'm
your
a big
first one.
baby.
But
That's all right. We
we
got to
gotta do it.
dedicate a show before we do it,
We'll do it. We'll live
before and
stream.
after.
It'll be a good time. So yeah, when this is over, and I heard, and again, I don't want to turn this into the COVID show, but Fauci announced, and I'm not sure if you've heard it, Dan, that the
Fauci, yeah.
vaccine could be as early as October, but likely November. Did you
Yeah,
read
I
that?
remember you. No, I did hear it from you though that
Yeah.
October
So
was being
let's
spoken
hope it
about.
works. Let's hope it works out. God. And I'll
Yeah,
take two.
a
I'll
lot of
take one on
people.
my right arm, one on my left.
Well, there's the perfect segue because I was just about to say there's a lot of people that are refusing to even take it when it comes out, at least initially. They want to see how how people get affected by it. I don't know if they're, expecting they're going to turn into zombies or something, but a lot of people are having a lot of reservations, and I'm questioning it. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is.
Oh, the right thing is to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
That's where yeah. I think so. Oh, wait, if you're concerned, wait a couple of weeks to see what happens to people. But I'm going to be first
Yeah.
in line. They're going to prioritize them anyway.
I wonder why though. Why is that they're feeling people are afraid to take it or hesitant to take it? See, if people didn't think that, then I wouldn't have
Because
thought
it's a
that.
new vaccine, they're worried about. You're going to read about, and I tell you what, there's going to be people who have a side effect. There's going to be somebody who has it, and it's going to be all over the news. It's going to be all over that one person and 1 million got this happened to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it'll be all over. The media is just going to be all over it. It's going to be it's so disheartening turning on the TV nowadays what's happening. But you know what? 1 in a million shot, your chances of getting COVID are 4 in 100,000, and then there's a possibility of dying from it. I think the chances of dying from COVID is probably greater than any risk for the vaccine. So, I do work with people, Dan, in the healthcare industry who say they don't want to
Hmm.
get it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they don't want to be
Oh,
like
that's
the
right. We
first to
did
get it.
talk about that. There was two employees that were debating whether or not the vaccine um, they would take it or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's the next another poll, you mean?
No. I remember you telling me about that debate those two guys were having about the vaccine.
Yeah, yeah, I'm in line. Some people see the poll, some people don't. I'm going to shut it down. I am going to show the results in the poll. So 6 months or less now, 43%, Dan. 6 months to a year, 57%. So
Did
people think it'll be
anybody
greater
vote for
greater than
never?
6 months. Nobody, not one vote for never.
Nobody got behind me with my campaign for the never
I don't think
return.
never is pretty
It's not a
strong. That's a pretty
yeah.
strong. That's a pretty strong.
I
It's,
know though. It's possible though. I mean, it's especially with how unsanitary a cruise can be if it's not super maintained.
yeah, that's a little fine. Look. They don't want any of this to happen. They
Right.
want to shine, so they're taking measures. In fact, and they have a healthy sale panel. Norwegian just posted this healthy sale panel where they're getting input. Norwegian has established a new healthy sale panel in partnership with Royal Caribbean, consisting of 11 globally recognized experts with deep knowledge in the area of science, medical practice and research, public health, infectious disease, biosecurity, and maritime operations. So they got the whole gamut here going on. Bringing aboard these respected experts demonstrates our commitment to protecting our guests and crew and the communities we visit. But not only
All right.
that, the
That's
work of the panel will be shared not only with the entire cruise industry, but with other industries that may benefit from
they're
our
making it sound
findings
like it's NASA. I
because we're all
mean,
in
I
this
can be an
together.
expert. I can be an expert.
No, these guys are pretty. I
Get
read
me a
about it.
bucket. Yeah, I know, but get me a bucket of bleach and a rag, and believe me, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be nice and clean. So I don't need, to be on a panel to know how, sanitary, how to keep something sanitary.
No, but they're talking about. I got the impression that they're going to go as deep as like ventilation, cross ventilation in the rooms, how to not have cross ventilation in the rooms. The operations in terms of the cleanliness, where the passengers touch, if they go to the buffet, how they gonna manage people in the buffet? Are they gonna have service? Are they gonna have new shields? Are they gonna have this is why they put this thing together, and they partnered with Royal Caribbean. This is Norwegian Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean. They're gonna share their findings, which is very generous of them. They don't really have to. But you know what? The whole industry's at stake, right? So I guess they want everybody to be safe. They don't
I
want
mean,
any
Jesus
bad
Christ,
media.
there's what is it? Almost 3 million people have died from this virus, and
I don't know. It's
it's
horrible,
like
though. It's
it's
horrible. It's horrible.
yeah.
It's horrible. Totally horrible. So they got this guy from Levite Partners. He's the former governor of Utah, and he was the former Secretary of Health and Human Services. We got the former commissioner of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, and he's a physician. And then we have public health experts, lots of MD, MPHs here, and we have another physician here who worked in public health and when you say public health expert, that means that someone who is used to putting policies in place to manage large populations. So you could call it population health, because you want to bring up, make sure everybody gets served in a way that's prevents the spreading of disease or manages their chronic disease. So they got 3 of those people on there. They got a biosecurity expert on the panel. They have 2 infectious disease experts. We have a hospitality expert. So this is somebody that worked in, I guess, the hospitality industry, hotel industry. And then there's 2 maritime operations experts that are on this panel. So that's a pretty good team they compiled.
But the panel, is it still in session, or is it concluded?
No, it's not concluded. No,
discussing things.
That not concluded. Not concluded.
Oh, it's not concluded, but there's ships out there.
Still
there's
policies.
cruises going on right now.
Oh yeah,
So,
only limited and non-affected areas.
I know, but how much of of the new policies can be implemented if they're out to sea already? These cruises, it doesn't make sense.
None.
They're doing it backwards.
I guess they're talking about their own cruise lines, the Royal and Norwegian. And I think they're romancing. I think they're looking. I mean, look, I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but when 2 companies start working together like that, I think they're seeing if they like each other to see if they're going to merge. You know, it may be a years-long process.
It might be a necessity.
Possibility.
It might be a necessity that they have to merge. Maybe there's.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep the cruise industry relevant and in the news also. I mean,
it could be.
I think marketing is really driving whatever activities they have right now.
Could be. So that's that. What else we got in the news, Dan? I think we covered almost everything. Cruise lines fall. Oh, I saw this one. This is great. How much you think it would cost to cruise around the world? So we got this. I got this cruise line. I got this article here that somebody sent me. A cruise line's 4-month trip will take you to 27 countries, including Greece, Australia, and Thailand. So what do you think? How much would you pay for that? Oh, it's there. Yeah, I just the trip will be on a luxury Viking Star. It will be the longest cruise itineraries. It'll be of the longest cruise itineraries in the world, visiting 27 countries in 4.5 months. So a 4.5-month cruise. You'll leave from Fort Lauderdale, and you end in London. And along the way, you stop in South America, Asia. What's that noise? Oh,
I don't hear anything.
Sorry, I'll have one of these little video ads. How much? What would you pay?
I have no, experience with buying cruises, so I'm really, at a loss.
So
but,
4.5-month cruise, ballpark.
4.5 months. I don't know, 10 grand.
Oh my God! I wish I'd go back to back. I'd go 5 in a row. 50 grand.
I'm thinking 50, but I'm thinking, I wouldn't have said 50, but I lowballed them because I figured they were giving a deal.
Viking World Cruises has just announced plans to launch a 136-day cruise that will take passengers around the world, and travelers can set sail for $50,000.
Wow,
that's a pretty
good
deal.
That's a long time, though. That's a long time, and everything's gratis because you paid for it already. I mean, it's you're living somewhere for 4.5 months.
Family of 4, 200 grand. Would you rather do that or buy a sailboat for 200 grand and go yourself?
That's a tough one.
Well, a sailboat, you figure a sailboat for 150, and then it would take you, $50,000 for food, etc.
Yeah, but you're in, then you gotta, worry about everything. Yeah, you gotta work exactly on vacation.
I don't know, that's a tough one.
That's work. You're right.
That's a tough one. I ended the poll. Yes, I ended the poll. Hey, Brunelda. Brunelda's here. What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Hot chocolate in the restaurant is terrific, made with milk. I love hot chocolate on a cruise.
That's a big debate we have in my family. One of the things that we talk about at the holidays, every holiday, is how did they prepare, meaning your parents when you were young? Was your hot chocolate prepared? Was it prepared with milk, or was it prepared with
Oh,
water?
well, when I was a kid, it was with water. It was a total
Yes,
shortcut. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mine was with water as well, but my brother-in-law, he had his with milk, so he was fancy. You know, he's like royalty. That's a
It's
big
because
difference.
he was a only child.
That's
What a
true.
spoiled brat. Get out of here. I
But
know
just
him
think
too. I know
about
who
it.
you're talking about. What I could
I
just see
know.
that. What a brat.
Well,
He was
but
probably demanding it.
regardless, regardless of what he did or not, the difference in taste is because I've tried both. Now that I'm an
Oh, the
adult,
difference.
I've
Yeah,
had
it's a big difference in taste.
it's like drinking a Yoo-Hoo versus a chocolate malted from
Yeah,
Baskin Robbins,
yeah. That's true.
right?
Yeah, no, milk. It's good. Definitely better. It's
When
definitely
was the last
better.
time you had a good shake? A nice shake from Carvel? Oh
Oh, gotta be 2 years probably.
God, man,
I'm reading people's
it
comments as I
takes.
talk to you. Oh yeah, those chocolate shakes, vanilla shakes. I like vanilla shakes lately. I don't know what it
I
is.
like strawberry. I'm a strawberry
Oh really?
shake guy.
You ever remember Shamrock shakes? When was the last time you had one of those?
What from McDonald's? I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever had that.
Oh, I love those things. That was like a big
What
treat.
is it? Like a mint?
It's mint. Yeah, and it only comes
It
out
is
around
mint,
St.
huh?
Patrick's Day. It's good.
Wow.
What do we got? So some people worried about the vaccine. Going back to our vaccine conversation, I'm worried about my arm blowing up on my heart. It's scary. Look, it's scary. Lots of people saying they'll be first in line.
Really? A lot of
Yeah.
people are regretting
Oh, I
saying stuff
read
like
this
that.
too. Listen to this. This is a new thing. So Tom just brought it up, but I did see this more than once. People are saying that Bill Gates is gonna inject tracking chips through the vaccine. Like they're gonna put microchips in the vaccine and microchip the population with the vaccine. This is a conspiracy theory
Uh,
that's going on.
this is going. We're going into conspiracy land.
Yeah, but I saw that's not the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen multiple people say that that it's a plan to inject microchips into people through the vaccine.
Wow.
Nuts,
Isn't that something? Yeah,
nuts,
because you
nuts.
know the technology that we have and that we're, you know, presented with is not the advanced technology that is out there. I don't think that's even, debatable or it's even subject to conspiracy. I just think that's a fact.
Brunilda is saying that she came back from Vegas, COVID free,
Okay.
so she could go on a cruise. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Anybody submit answers to the CDC questionnaire? I haven't. I haven't seen that. Tom. One of the members is saying the vaccine for COVID won't really be like a vaccine. It'll be more like a flu shot. And I'm assuming he means we got to get it every year. I hope not. I hope not, Ron. I hope this is a once and for all thing that could wipe this thing off the face of the earth.
I think
For
that's
once.
interesting. The Microsoft chip theory that's going around there. I wonder how that would it be just like a GPS inside of you? I mean, it wouldn't necessarily know exactly who you are.
I don't
Is
know.
it
When you get the
population
vaccine, let us
control?
know. Let us know. They're going to control your mind. They're going to control your mind and convince you to go on cruises.
Yeah, but I put tin foil in my teeth, man, so I
They're
break
going to
up
be,
the
that's
the
it. You'd be like
waves.
Greg Brady, Liz. You'll hear the radio through your teeth. Uh, Ron is saying, sorry, that just came out, man. Wow.
Oh, that's Johnny Bravo, man.
You move up to the attic. It's going to compel you to buy lava lamps and move up to your parents' attic and
Groovy,
fake
dude.
UFO landings in your backyard. Woo! Remember that episode with that whistle?
No,
We're an idol when you go to
that's
Hawaii. You're
great.
like, where's the idol?
Oh yeah, the idol, sure.
So
Wow,
one of the members is saying that the worldwide COVID deaths is only at 692,000.
that doesn't
I don't
sound
know.
right to me. That
I'm
doesn't
not
sound right.
sure.
Maybe it's 1.5 million. I was thinking about with the cases.
Hmm.
That's probably what it was.
Tom is asking how good are the UV HVAC sanitation devices? They're good. They're excellent, Tom. They're excellent, Tom, and they have those UV robots for the rooms that are actually incredible. The way they operate. So the UV HVAC, just make sure that there are multiple stages, and good luck, Tom, with
How
that.
far away do you think we are from robots, like actually having a robot as a, you know, as help around the house or whatever? You know, someone like that. How far away do you think we are?
Oh, I don't know. There was some people doing some serious research in Japan about that. You know, if you listen to this guy, and I know I told you about this guy before. His name is Ray Kurzweil.
Okay.
Excellent guy, and in fact, I recommend it to the audience if you're listening. If you look at any kind of presentation, TED Talk, information, Big Think interview about Ray Kurzweil and what he has to say, it's really profoundly interesting. He thinks that the world in the next 10 years, the life as we know it, is going to change profoundly because of the acceleration of technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
pretty amazing.
I can definitely believe that would happen because
He thinks by 2035 we're going to achieve immortality due to computers would be so small. And you know, going back to the vaccine conspiracy, they said that the price and performance of computers would be so small and so inexpensive and so exponentially more powerful than what we have today, that you'll be able to inject them into your bloodstream, and that they'll interact with your neurons and essentially connect you to the internet and all this information. Like it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and that makes, I mean, not a lot of sense to people. People probably, a lot of people, I would think that's just not possible. But you know, if you go back to, you know, Charles Ingalls when he was working on the farm, and he was working with a horse and with a plow or whatever the hell he had. If he came into the world today, it would blow his mind, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So he thinks that because acceleration is exponential, that we're gonna achieve the last 100 years will be in, like, what we achieved in the last 100 years will happen in the next 10 years. So it's an interesting point.
But isn't that kind of the trend? I mean, the more technology you get, the faster you're going to get to be innovative and, you know, come up with more advanced technology. It's just exponentially, you know, compounds.
Yeah. Oh, you got one vote for Never, Dan. I think they did it just to make you happy. Was it you?
It.
Maybe it was you. You're like, oh yeah, I'll show him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So we're almost done, folks. I just want to say, I've been looking at this YouTube channel, and it's worth a shout out because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy this YouTube channel. I don't really promote anything on here, folks, as you know. In fact, I avoid it. But this family is such a great family. And Dan, I don't know if I told you about it. It's called Sailing Zatara.
No.
And basically, this guy, he's from Texas, really great guy. At least how they portray him on the channel. This guy left his corporate job. He lived in Texas. He decided in his late 40s that he's had enough. They sold their house. They sold all their possessions. They sold everything. They bought a sailboat, and him and his 4 kids sail full time. They live aboard the boat, and they sail around the world, and that's what he's doing. His wife was not well. She has to go get checked out every year. She was on the track of being, you know, possibly taking a turn for the worse. She had cancer, and she went to remission. And they decided that they're going to live their lives, and they went out. They bought this beautiful sailboat. This is their second sailboat. It's a huge catamaran. I recommend this, folks. It's just such an uplifting, great YouTube channel with beautiful scenery, beautiful ocean scenery, a wonderful family.
That's pretty close quarters, though, for 4 people.
No, you got to see their boat. It's incredible. The boat is incredible. I mean, it's just beautiful. They homeschool their kids, so they have like these computer programs that allows them to live on this boat full time. They do all the homeschooling, and man, they have such a wonderful. It's such a wonderful, nice family. They treat each other so well. Such a lovely, loving family. They all have their own rooms.
I think it's great.
They all have their own rooms. It's a yacht, really. I mean, they really sold everything. They went high end. They didn't
Oh,
go like they didn't
okay.
buy like a little 40-footer. They bought this big catamaran, and it wasn't cheap. I'm assuming.
You keep saying catamaran.
That's
Um,
and they went to
what is
Gibraltar.
that? Spell it.
uh,
That's how we end the show. Catamaran.
CATAMARAN. I think it's all A's. But it's a great channel, folks. I highly recommend it. And like I said, I usually don't. For its entertainment value and just to see a lovely, wonderful family, it's very uplifting, and they travel around.
Oh, that's how they
And
make the
it's
money now. Is
very
they
nice.
stream?
No, I think they have. I think he made some cash. I think this guy like had a
Ah,
company, and I think he made some cash. He doesn't really say because he's a really humble guy. But look, they had to sell everything they had to buy that boat. But I think he's got some cash just by the things that he does and says. I think he's got some financial security here. And the port of Canaveral tweeted out today.
also known as Port Canaveral.
Port Canaveral. What did I say?
You said the Port of Canaveral.
Port Canaveral. I don't know if you watched this, but the Dragon, the space capsule Dragon, touched down today in the Gulf of Mexico after launching maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago, and so the Port Canaveral Twitter account tweeted out, "Welcome home, Crew Dragon. Sorry about the mess." And of course, they have somebody they have a hurricane because they have that tropical storm off the east coast of Florida, and they have somebody with a mask. So very nice historic moment. 45 years since that happened, Dan. 45
No
years since
kidding.
this space capsule came from space down to Earth. So with people in it. So pretty exciting stuff there.
No, 45 days.
45 years. It's been 45 years since that happened.
Oh, it's been 45 years. I thought you meant I thought you said they were in space for 45 years. It's not
No,
possible.
no, no. A capsule with astronauts. Last time it
I see.
fell to Earth with that technology was 45 years ago. Pretty
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, because we had the space shuttles for so many years.
People are telling me I'm cutting out. Oh my god! Whenever I see that, I get crazy. It looks like I'm back normal. We just had
Hey,
a little bit of
you,
a little bit.
yeah.
Very funny. You almost had me. That was good. That was good. I was like, oh my god! For a second, I was like, oh my god.
Oh, it's not gonna get much better than that on
Oh,
this
that was
show
good.
tonight.
That was good.
Holy cow! I freaked you out. I
Since a
thought you had me.
splashdown. Thank you, Karen.
That's great.
All
You
right.
gave it away because I thought you pegged it. I thought you didn't believe me at all, but it was very convincing, huh?
That's it. That was good. So once again, Sailing Zatara on YouTube. Wonderful family, and like I said, I usually don't plug people, but I just love that channel. I watched it most of today, and they just have like really great stories and interesting locations, and again, just a lovely, loving, wonderful American family. So highly recommend to you guys out there. And that's
I
our
gotta
show,
check it
Dan.
out.
That's our show.
Yeah,
I'm
it sounds
looking at
good.
some of the comments, see if I missed anything. I kind of breezed over them a little bit. What do we got? Flu shot is a vaccine. Yes. We have a nurse, Karen, in the group, who's a wonderful resource for us. Do you get a free hat? I missed that one, Andrew. That giant hat coming back again to haunt us for the end of the show. That's crazy.
It acts as a parachute also.
Buy a boat. Andrea says instead of paying for that trip for 4, she would buy the boat and sail herself. I might be with you, Andrea, especially after watching the Sailing Zatara channel. No Way to the Sailboat. Let me look. Oh, they don't know. Karen's saying they don't know if it'll be yearly, so they don't know if the virus is gonna mutate enough.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope not. I can't live with this stuff. Let's hope it doesn't mutate. Somebody's asking how Dirk is. Dirk is fine. He just needed a day off. He's doing fine. He's well. He's with his wife in Memphis, Tennessee. Just hunkering down. He's getting a little stir crazy, but he just wanted to take a break, and hopefully he'll be back in the near future. to join us again. He sends his regards, as always, to everybody. He's still active in the group. He just needs to take a break from broadcasting for a while. So that's it, folks. That's our show. I'm so happy we were able to get this done this week, and thanks for being patient with us as we didn't broadcast the last 2 weeks. I hope it'll be more consistent now. You know, sometimes it's hard to make the show an hour long when there's not a lot of things happening in the cruise industry, so we might deviate here and there from the news. So thanks for holding strong with us.
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun always to connect with you guys and to come on and talk and broadcast and exchange ideas and information. And I'm wishing you and yours a wonderful week, and hope we'll see you next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here for the Cruise Mojo Show. Thanks to all you loyal listeners, and thanks for listening to us. And, of course, thanks to Dan for joining us and filling in for Dirk today. Thanks, Dan.
You bet, guys.
All right, everybody. See you next week. Bye-bye.